You're listening to Palesa's Brave Discovery, a special production by Food from Mzansi in partnership with CropLife South Africa. This heartwarming tale sheds light on the importance of keeping children safe from hazardous substances. Written by Ivor Price, brought to life with illustrations by Gareth Davies, narrated by Don Numdu and expertly produced by our technical wizard Megan van der Vent. This is a story for the curious, the brave and the wise. Let's dive in.
Chapter 1. A Sickening Secret. Palesa lived in the vibrant community of Orlando, Soweto. She spent her days skipping rope with her friends, their laughter filling the air as they jumped in rhythm, hearts racing with excitement. She loved exploring Vilakazi Street, where Tata Madiba had once lived, and helping her grandmother, Gogo and Tati, make magunya. Life was joyful, but lately, a strange sickness had started to spread through the community. People were suddenly falling ill. They felt nauseous. Some started vomiting or had diarrhea, and some were even paralyzed. The once cheerful neighborhood was now clouded with worry. Gogo and Tati, who was always so full of energy, was one of the first to get sick. Her face was no longer filled with the usual bright smiles. "Palesa," she whispered, "there's something wrong with our community. Something is making us sick." Chapter 2. A Dangerous Discovery. Palesa didn't take long to notice something strange in the air. Many families in the neighborhood relied on spaza shops for affordable products. But some of these shops were selling things that didn't seem right. One day, while walking home from school, Palesa passed by a shop. She overheard two men talking about a strong chemical that could kill pests quickly. It was a new kind of poison, one that was being sold cheaply. Curious and concerned, Palesa started asking more questions. She learned that many people were using a certain poison that wasn't safe. While pesticides are important for keeping homes and crops healthy, certain spaza shops sold poison which is actually illegal. It didn't have the right labeling, safety instructions, or warnings. These poisons were dangerous, and people didn't know the harm they could cause. Palesa began to wonder if this poison was what was causing the sickness. She didn't know much about it yet, but she was sure it wasn't right, and she was determined to find out more. Chapter 3. A Brave Decision. Palesa didn't waste any time. She decided to talk to Mrs. Mtembu, her teacher. Mrs. Mtembu was kind and wise, always ready to listen and help. Palesa told her everything she had discovered about the poison being sold in certain spaza shops. Mrs. Mtembu was shocked and immediately agreed that they needed to look into this further. Together, they began to learn more about the poison. They found that although pesticides are essential for managing pests and promoting healthy crops, poisons do not comply with safety regulations. The more they learned, the more determined they became to stop it from spreading. Chapter 4. A Community in Crisis. As the number of people falling ill grew, fear swept through the community. Palesa and Mrs. Mtembu knew that they had to act fast. They decided to organize a community meeting, inviting everyone to come and talk about the sickness that was affecting them. At the meeting, Palesa bravely stood up to speak. "Everyone needs to know that this poison is illegal," she said. "Pesticides are important to keep our homes and farms safe, but this poison is dangerous. It doesn't have proper labeling and safety instructions, and it's being sold without the proper controls. We need to make sure that we're using legal, safe products." Her words struck a chord with the people of Orlando. They began to understand that the sickness wasn't actually from a pesticide. It was from a poison that was being sold without regulation. People started to listen, realizing they needed to be more careful about what they used in their homes. Chapter 5. A New Understanding. As Palesa walked home from school one day, she noticed a group of older kids who seemed curious about the issue with the poison. "Hey Palesa," one of them called out. "Why is everyone saying pesticide is bad?" Palesa explained. "It's not safe. It doesn't have the right labels or instructions, and it can harm us and the environment." The kids listened closely. "So what should we use instead?" another asked. "Legal safe products," Palesa said. "Not poison that is sold illegally or without proper labels. Some shop owners even buy big bottles and illegally sell it in smaller bottles, like empty cool drink bottles." The kids nodded their faces, showing they understood. "Thanks, Palesa," one of them said. "We didn't know. We'll make sure to tell the others." Chapter 6. A Community United. With the help of Mrs. Mtembu and other local leaders, Palesa continued to work hard to raise awareness about the poison. They partnered with CropLife South Africa and health officials to teach the community how to use pest control products safely and properly. They also organized the cleanup to remove the illegal chemicals from people's homes and gardens. Soon, the community began to rally together. People started to feel better as they stopped using the poison, and the once sick neighborhood began to recover. Orlando was slowly returning to its vibrant, joyful self. Chapter 7. A Triumph of Hope. Palesa's bravery and determination had made a real difference. She showed everyone that even the youngest among them could stand up for what was right. The government took notice of the efforts to stop the sale of poisons and began enforcing stricter regulations to protect the community. Palesa's story became an inspiration for others. It was a reminder that standing up for what is right can change the world one small step at a time. Chapter 8. A Brighter Future. As the years passed, Soweto grew stronger and healthier. The community had learned a valuable lesson about the importance of using pesticides safely and ensuring that only legal, properly labeled products were sold. Palesa, now a young woman, was proud of what she had helped accomplish. She had grown up, but her spirit of bravery and determination remained as strong as ever. Her story would forever remind others that with courage, compassion, and a little bit of hope, anyone could make a difference in their world. The end.
And that's a wrap. Palesa's brave discovery reminds us why little hands should steer clear of hazardous substances. Brought to you by Food for Mzansi, with a big shout out to CropLife South Africa for their support. You can grab the children's booklet for free on Food for Mzansi's website and socials. This story was dreamed up by Ivor Price, brought to life with Gareth Davies' amazing illustrations, narrated by Don Numdu, and made magic by our technical producer Megan van der Vent. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.